blessed afternoon. I want to thank you so much for being here, all right? And I appreciate that you are here with me and that you are watching some good content and some good videos for you and I, right? Because this is all motivation. This is things that we need to try to get over and try to figure out as we go through our everyday life and just be thinking as we have a lot of idle time on our hands. When you got a lot of idle time, right, your mind start to drift off in your past. And when you go into your past, a lot of your past may be pain, maybe pain and suffering and traumas. I go through it each and every day, anxiety, pain, right, depression, and traumas. These are the factors of being a victim. This is being a victim of whatever circumstances, whatever situation that happened upon your life, right? And we cloak a lot of these things with alcohol and drugs and violence, guns and drugs. Just trying to cope and trying to figure out um, basically what to do. And all of these things right here are the definition of your peace. It's the definition of your peace, right? So we consider peace violence, we consider peace guns, we consider peace using alcohol, we consider peace cigarettes, we consider peace smoking weed, we consider peace, just about any and everything that takes away the affliction of pain and suffering as we have idle time that's on our hands. So we start to think. We just start to think. We start to think. Our minds it just goes. And I noticed that, that comes with a lot of pain and suffering. And, they got medication for that. Once you your mind start to wandering, and your mind cannot stay on one particular thing, right? Because you got a lot of idle time, you just sitting there thinking, your mind start wandering. And while your mind is wandering, you'll start to retrospect on your life. You will start to go down memory lane. And memory lane may be a lot of pain. It may be a lot of pain. And in that pain, you can afflict violence, murder, death, kill someone, or commit suicide upon yourself. I know this. I know it all too well because I'm a victim of that, right? You're going to ask, how did I come up with some tools and solutions to counterattack these idle times and these thoughts? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I am the only one here. No, you're not. There's a lot of other people there. That's B Swarm. B Swarm, how you doing? B Swarm Nut, how you doing? B Swarm Nut, how you doing? How everybody doing? How you doing? I'm so happy that you are here. So this topic basically is about this topic basically is about playing hide and seek with yourself. Playing hide and seek. This topic is about playing hide and seek, right? And this hide and seek, it's about yourself. It's about learning where to hide and where to seek yourself at. So the seeking is finding tools. That's the seeking. The seeking is finding the tools and the tools that you can use to battle this trauma and depression, right? And to counteract this idle time that's upon your head. So now you got to procreate certain tools, basically, for the hide and seek. Now, this is not a game because these are the very tools that I use each and every day throughout my life, basically to help me with my traumas and depression. And as I play hide and seek, and my hide and seek is my peace. Some people hide and seek and peace that they seek. It may be a church, it may be a masjid, it may be a sanctuary where that they can express themselves amongst a group of people that's dealing with the same things that they dealing with, or it may be with friends and family, with loved ones, that people that really love you and care. But the objective is to find peace, is to find, right? Is to actually play hide and seek. Hide and seek is considered a game, but it's a method in order to use a tool that can counteract the idle time, that when your mind drifts off and you start to think about the pain and suffering and the hurts that you may cause upon yourself or upon others. So at this time, it may take a long time for you to heal, for you to forgive someone of doing you dirty, of hurting you, or taking advantage of you, or whatever the case may be. Only when then, if you use this hide and seek tactic and you believe in it and you stand on it, it will help you, because I use the hide and seek tactic each and every day. It could be a walk in the park. It could be, a drive, a long drive, a 2-hour drive, or maybe an hour drive. It may just you going on the roof looking at the moon, with a telescope, just looking up and looking at the nature, or it just maybe having fun time with friends and loved ones and family, or maybe having an extra shift on your job, doing extra hours on your job, or it may be working out, or it may be a new program that you come up with that you really, really love, that can help you, that can fill that space of idle time. Because when you have idle time is this devil, demonic, evil, twisted time to play with your mind, body, and soul. This is an actually true fact. Fizzy said, this is an actually true fact. So I'm using some of my tools and some of the information that I am explaining to you is to play hide and seek. And hide and seek is an amazing game. It's not just you searching. Matter of fact, it is. You playing hide and seek, and you counting 1, 2, 3, you counting your eyes, everybody running, and they hide in other places. So that's what you need to do, play hide and seek. And each person, it may be 10 people there, right? Or maybe 20 people there, right? So what you do is that you search them. So instead of it be the people, it could be the trauma, right? That it can be the trauma and depression. It could be those very tools that we call peace. Like, for example, it could be drugs. It could be cigarettes. It could be alcohol. It could be people, places, and things, right? These are all of the tools that we call peace, people, places, and things. It can be anything that's destroying you physically, mentally, spiritually, right? So once you seek these tools out, right? You tap on one, right? You conquer it, you destroy it. Then you go to the next one, you conquer it, destroy it. So each one of these pains and suffering, right, that's caused upon your life, that you retrospecting on life, and that you thinking about the pain and the suffering, each one of them have power. They have power. So what you do, right, you absorb their power, even though that they are bad, right, and they got you remembering certain things in your life that you don't want to remember or revisit. You use their power. You use the good. After you destroy these pain and suffering, I call them parasites. They are put there by this demonic, evil, twisted devil demon. They are put there so that you could think about these things and you can't get your life together. You just can't get over the hump because you constantly dealing with this trauma, depression. You constantly dealing with medication. You constantly dealing with psychologists. You dealing with all these things. You got a lot dealing with. You're dealing with your job. You're dealing with all these bills. You're dealing with everything. So you put everything in a category. You put everything in a category that it's cloaking and covering you, right? That's adding on your depression. If it's adding on your depression, you need to subtract it. So by subtracting all of these devil demonic things that's having you think a certain way, put them all in a category. And when you put them all in a category, right, you absorb their power after you conquer them and you turn them into winds. Use all of these idols, basically, because that's exactly what they are. They are living entities inside of your mind. They live there and dwell there. That's why they constantly just keep reminding you, they live there. They are entity. It may be 5 of them there. It may be 10 of them there. And what I mean by that is alcohol, drugs, violence, guns, people, places, and things, right? It could be food. It could be anything that's negative that's having an impact on your physical life that a lot of people see. That's true fact. So take each one of these items, right? Put them in a column and destroy them and absorb their power and turn them into winds. That's exactly what I did. I used all of my traumas, all of my depression, right? Me being sexually assaulted, me being abused, police brutality, beaten what, beaten with honor cords and stuff like that, and being put in the corner in schools, not being. I mean, it's a lot of things. Being put in the oven, yes, being put in the oven and having the oven turned on me. Yes, I was. That was one of the biggest traumas that I had to deal with that I overcame. Was when I was so young as a little boy. A grown man that I thought that really loved me put me in an oven and turned the oven on. And all my sisters was hollering and screaming to get me out the oven. This is an actual true fact. And I never told the story until now right there. So use all of these items and turn them into wins. It's easy said and done because it's going to take a time, because each one of these items, right, been living there. They've been absorbing your energy. They've been absorbing you. So every time they absorb your energy, right, they get more powerful and more powerful and more powerful. It's just like a cyst, or it's just like thyroid or something like that grows and grows and grows and grows, or just like cancer grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. So it becomes more powerful, so that it can spread throughout your body. And this is exactly what's going on inside your brain, right? These idle times and these traumas and depressions is growing inside of your brain. You have to come up with tools and an idea, right, to eradicate these things so you don't have to worry about these idle times. If you're drifting off and thinking about somebody put you in a depressed state, create a tool to counteract that, basically. For example, you want to probably start a YouTube channel. You probably want to start a podcast. You probably want to start Facebook. You want to probably start Instagram, TikTok. Find somewhere that you can dance and express yourself, and then you conquer each demon, right, at a time. And it may take some time. And when you are conquering this, and when you are on the blink and on this path, don't let nobody in your square, in your circle, that's going to disrupt that. But people going to come. They're going to come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know you really love this information. I love it too. So I'm just giving tools to you to really help you out because I really care about you. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Did I cause pain and trauma upon people's life? Yes, of course. Of course I did. You know, that's how you said people hurt people hurt people. But you know, when you when you are in this state, you don't know that what you're doing because you're a victim, and then you victimize other people. So that's how that spreads. That's how that murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic life spread. And some people do not want to let go. The traumas and depression that you may cause them, they don't want to let it go. So what do? You just remove yourself. You just move yourself because they're not at the peace and time of their life to deal with those. They may see that later on down the line, or they may not see it. Who knows? But you have to get up and remove yourself so you don't revert back to having idle time or idle thoughts with trauma bombing, right? And depression bombing and anxiety bombing with people like this. You could do it, but it takes a toll on you and it will take your energy from you. So I'm just telling you, a lot of people is not at a pace of peace in their life. So, for whatever reason, they want to cause confusion in your life and constantly bring things up of what you did in your past. But right now, I am being successful, and some people don't really care. They want to see you dead. They want to see you gone. They don't want to see you successful. And this is an actual true fact. It shows in their character. It shows into their speech. It shows into their demeanor. It shows in everyday life. So what you do as an individual, remove yourself from there. Remove yourself because all it's going to do is cause you pain and suffering, and you're going to be trauma bombing with the person. Well, you did this and did that. I did this, I did that. So all you have to do is replace that with a tool. That's the example. Replace that with a tool and work on yourself with that. You can get yourself to that person's status. You can get that to that person's status, and the status of is being free, right, from the traumas and the pains and the suffering, right? Because this person did what? They play hide and seek in their peace. They play hide and seek in their peace, and they found their peace. Whether it's their car, whether it's their job, whether it's a walk, whether it's jogging, whether it's talking, whether it's a podcast, whether it's everything that's uplifting their life, there's always going to be people that's there that's not going to feel that because they have not found their peace. So they're going to constantly keep bringing up what you did in the past. The past is the past. The Creator basically forgave you, but they didn't forgive you. So what you do is move on. They ain't forgive you, whatever. Long as the Creator, the Alpha, Omega, the Creator, everything existed, the Almighty forgave you, you should be okay. If they ain't forgive you, I'm not saying that's not their problem. I'm not dismissing their feelings. If they didn't forgive you, you have to move on from that because you cannot tolerate the disrespect, right? And the constant pointing the finger, So only win until when they need to find they hide and seek in their peace. They need to find their peace. They're not at peace. They're not at peace. I guarantee you that. And it's going to take a long, long time for them to get at peace. And sometimes, right, you could be dead and gone. They still won't be at peace. They still won't be at peace. They be like, in night mind, you are still haunting them. That's not haunting, it's you. You have your own demons and everything that's in your mind. The person is dead and gone. You are still haunted with these images and depression. No, that means that there's entities there that's causing you to remember these pains and suffering that lives inside of your mind, body, and soul that you have to get out. That's an actual true fact. And only then will you become successful in life. That's an actual true fact. And thank you so much for actually being here with me. I really, really appreciate that your guys is really, really here with me and listening to this information. Actually get this information out. Thank you so much for sharing, subscribing to the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. Just all big facts. Thanks so much. Peace, y'all. Peace.